This is the
Yeah.
actual website for development of this app. So when you're doing this, you will be on a PC, either laptop or desktop, and you will go to this website. Actually, if you go to Google and you type in MIT is for Massachusetts Institute of Technology in Boston, App Inventor, you will see it come up, and by clicking on this link, it takes you directly to this page. So the first thing, to find the actual website, just Google MIT App Inventor, and this will appear. Okay, so that's the first step. The next is, by the way, on the home page, they have loads of tutorials and getting started. One thing I'd like to mention is that MIT App Inventor at the moment is only for Android devices, but I have another link where you can do it for Apple devices. But I think just to get used to the design, we'll start with the Android devices, because it's easier to get started. So the next thing is on the front page there, create apps, and if you click on that, it'll come up with what will happen on yours is it will come up with login details, so you can use your Gmail email address and your password, and it'll bring you straight in to the site. Does everybody have a Gmail email address?
Yeah.
So basically, if you go to here and click on Create Apps, how many people actually are logged in on are Zooming on their PCs?
Yeah.
No, I'm all right.
Right. So this will be recorded, so you'll see exactly what happens here. Is there anybody logged in on their PC?
Yeah. Geraldine.
Right, Geraldine, could you try and log into MIT App Inventor, and if anybody else has it. But basically, when you click on this here and you log in, I've got loads of previous apps here. You will have none. But I just want to show you how simple it is to create a basic app. Up on the top left-hand corner, you will see Start New Project. You can give it a test. I'll call it Test App. And go OK. And what you see here is the outline of your phone or tablet. Sorry, bear with me one sec. I have two sessions open at the moment. Let me start again. My projects, Start New Project, Test App. Okay, so basically this is what you'll start off with, and it's the blank screen of your app. Now I have a tablet here, and all participants need to I think were you given the details where you had to download an app called MIT AI2 Companion?
Yeah.
Yeah. And I'm just going to open up that app on my phone at the moment. Right, so I'll just show you basically how you can develop a very basic app before we move on. Over on the left-hand side here, there is loads of different things that you can put in your interface. For example, a button, if you want to put an image or a label, or there's loads of stuff. that you can pick from in this menu. And I just basically, quickly, this is how you can put a button on your app. You drag the button over to your phone screen. Now, let me just move this. So there's a button, and at the moment it just says text for button 1. And if you scroll down here, there's a text box, and whatever you type in here appears on the button. So for example, if I type in say hello, you can see say hello appear on the tablet, on your screen. You can make it bold, you can make it italic, you can change the font size, what the background color is, all of that sort of stuff. Okay, so all I've done there is I put a button onto the screen, and if I want this app to appear on my tablet. So what you do is you go up to connect, type click on AI companion, and you get this code. On the app that you have downloaded, you just scan QR code. And hopefully now this will appear on my tablets here. I'll try that again, hold on. Teething problems with my Wi-Fi. I'll try it again. So go to connect, type in AI companion. On your app, scan QR code. And hopefully we'll see this app appearing on my screen. Can you see it there? I'm holding it, the tablet up in front of the screen. Can you see?
Yeah.
Yeah. And basically, can you see the little green button? What I can do as well with the little green button, maybe to make it easier for you to see, you can make the width of it. You click on the button and go over to width here. You can make it 100%, so it goes the whole way across the screen. And can you see it? I can make the height of it a lot. I could make it 20% maybe of the screen. You see that better?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now, so at the moment, this is just the cosmetic side, and all I've done is put a button in. If I click on it, nothing happens. But I'll just show you quickly how you can get your phone to talk to you. So basically, at the moment, we only have a button, and if you go over, drag this out of the way, up in the top right hand.
Sorry, Martin, just there was one question that they're saying they can't get the code.
Sorry, what's the
it was just a comment in the chat saying we can't get the code.
Did they go connect? Well, maybe we'll just come back. I'll just do this little bit and then I'll come straight back to that. Please.
Sure.
So, if you want to write if you want to get this button to do something, you have to go over to, we are in Designer at the moment. If you go into blocks, you will see, this is where you actually write your code, and some of you might be familiar with it using Scratch beforehand. So the designer is where you design what your app looks like, and blocks is where you do your coding. So I'm just going to go back to the designer 1 second and go over to media. And there's this thing called text to speech that I'm just going to drag in, and you'll see it down at the bottom of the app. So basically what we're going to do is whenever you press a button, your phone is going to talk to you. So if I go back to blocks, here's my button. If I click on button, when this button is clicked, what do we want to do? We want our phone to talk to us. So we go to this text to speech, and you call text to speech. So what that means is when the button is clicked, we are going to convert some text to speech. And it's as simple as taking these out of the text menu, and whatever you type in here. So if I go hello there, what should happen is whenever you click the button, volume up here.
All right, sorry, I'm just conscious. If you're not, if you don't have a question, just put your thing on mute.
Hello there.
Can you see?
Hello there. Hello there. Hello there.
Can you see the app?
Very good.
That's just the basic button.
Hello there.
And one more thing is there's loads of sensors inside your phones, and this allows you to access them as well. So I'll go to sensors, and there's a sensor in your phone called accelerometer. And you know the way when you turn your phone from portrait to landscape, the screen changes? It's actually that sensor inside the device that detects your movement, but I'm just going to drag it in, and you'll see it down at the bottom here again. If I go to blocks, and if you click on accelerometer sensor, I'm going to set it up that if I shake the phone or tablet, my phone will tell me to stop doing it. So when I go, when accelerometer is shaking, or when your phone is shaking, I'll go to text to speech. I'll get it to say something. And if I type in here, stop, shaking me. So the app now contains two things. If you click the button, it says hello there.
Hello there.
And if you shake it,
Stop shaking me.
your tablet will tell you to stop shaking. So basically that's the first app that MIT used for people to get used to using this. And obviously my design isn't very good, but you can put images on these buttons. You can do so many different things with them. So this is recorded, Denise, so everybody will have access to doing this. So the first thing, file or my project, start new project, give it a name. What I did then was I dragged a button in. I gave the button some text. I made it a certain width and height, 20% of the total app size height-wise, and 100% width-wise. I changed the color, made font. You can change the font size. You can put if you have an image on your PC, you can put the image onto the button instead of having it all green. It could be a picture of something. And then when I went to, I also dragged in, if you ever want your phone to talk to you, you drag in this text to speech. And if you want to use the sensor for shaking, it's that accelerometer sensor. And you see them, 3 of them there. And blocks, it's very similar to Scratch. And is everybody okay with this here? When the button is clicked, i.e. when you touch the button on your screen, it does whatever this here says, and that's convert hello there to speech, and that's why you
Hello there.
why you get that. This bit of code will only do this whenever you shake your phone, and
Stop shaking me.
right, okay, so and basically that's the basic app. Now,
And that is free, isn't it, Martin? I had a
not
question there.
completely free, yeah. Now, a couple other things here. When you have this done, I'll just drag this up to the top. When you have this done, you can do two different. I've lost my screen. Let's see. You can build your app on the PC, and it will change on the screen of your tablet as you work if you do that AI companion thing. However, if you want to install the app permanently on your tablet, you go to build, and can you see here, app provide QR code for APK? If I click on that, now it's building the app, and if I click on the app that we downloaded again, MIT AI Companion, when the barcode comes up, if you click on scan QR code, it should appear here shortly. So I click on scan QR code. And it asks me, do I want to install it on my phone? And it says, this type of file can harm your device. Do you want to keep it? And we know we've no viruses or anything in this app development. So I just go, okay. And it asks me, do I want to open it? Some of your phones may have come up with information saying that your phone might not allow apps from unknown devices, but if you go into settings, you can override that. So if you use this method here, connect, sorry, if you use this method, you can look at your app live as you're building it. And when you have it ready, you can use build, and that'll install it on the phone permanently. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Hello?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now, I want to just, before we go, what I'd like to see is if by this time next week, if everybody could just build that basic app that we have there and try it out on their phone. But I've also, the reason this all came about is we're going to try and raise money for Buncrana GA, and they were to build this, the kids were to build an app for Buncrana GA, and so that's where the sample app has come out of. Now, can you see the screen here?
Yeah.
I'll just. This is what you. By the way, I sent everybody a file, or I think Denise passed it on, and this is the basic template that you can start off with for your school app. But if you look at this this app here, there's a picture which could be the well, I'll show you all the different elements first of all. There's an image here. There's one button that will pull up the location of Buncrana GAA on Google Maps. So for your school, for example, this would be the emblem for your school. This could be, when you click this button here, it will take you to the school location on Google Maps. I'll show you how to do that shortly. This button here takes you to the Buncrana GA website. So for example, in a school situation on your school website, there's probably a page, latest news. You could have this button here being latest news, and it would directly pull up the appropriate web page. This here button here is a link to a YouTube video of Sam McGuire coming down Buncrana Street in 2012. And at the bottom here, I have another picture of the bridge in Buncrana. So this is a template that you'll be working on to do your app. And I'll show you quickly how you can make quick changes to this so that you could have a school-related app very quickly, and then you can add to it. By the way, there's only one page on this app. You can have multiple pages. You could have a little arrow here, say, and whenever you touch it, it would bring you to a new page. Okay, so I'll just put this app up on the screen, and you can see, again, Connect AI Companion. And if I scan the code again, hopefully it'll appear on my tablet shortly. Can you see it on the tablet here?
Oh yeah.
Hello?
Yeah.
Can you see? Yeah. And if I click on Buncrana GA location, it will open Google Maps. Now ignore my Wi-Fi. I get wireless broadband, and it's quite slow, but you'll see, hopefully, Google Maps opening and Buncrana GA location on Google Maps. So you can easily do that for your own school. I'll show you the code shortly. I can go back to the app, and if I click on this button, it will take me to the Buncrana GA website. Hopefully you'll see that. You see it there?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, very good.
And I go back again, and if I click on the bottom one here, it will take me to a YouTube video of Sam McGuire in Buncrana, hopefully. Again, ignore the delay, yours will be a lot quicker. Okay, so that's
a chorus there.
that's the basic app that you will all have. I've sent you an email. I'll show you how to take it into your to this application shortly. But I just want you to have a quick look here. There's a picture. Can you see the picture? I've decided that it's going to take up 35% of the height of the app. Yeah?
Yeah.
The buttons are 15% each. 15%, 15%, and the bottom picture was 20%. So that's what basically what you see there. Now, so that's the cosmetic side. So basically you could change, and I'll just show you quickly how to get a new picture. And for example, if I go to, what is the IDP website? Inishowen?
Inishowen.ie.
Right.
Am I right, Geraldine?
Yeah.
OWEN, yeah.
IE. Right. And if I go over to your logo here and I right click on it and go save image as, it's got Inishowen development.png. I'll just save it on my desktop for now. And if I go back to App Inventor, I can go to the image here for Buncrana, and I can go over to picture. and I'll say I want to upload a file, choose the file. I go to desktop where I just downloaded the image and select it, open, OK. And you should see the image appearing straight away. And you see in the actual app as well that it's changed immediately. Now I have a few different pictures here. You'll see I have Highland Radio, I have LYIT, I have, I think this one is the Inishowen Maritime Museum. There's, you can put in whatever basically you want. Spree August Sport was another one. So when you get your, let's say Skullwara, well, this is VS where, hold on a second, too far in. There's something wrong there, you see. Well, let's say this was the image. I don't know what the Skullwara website is, I'd be on it, but is it just .ie?
Is it Skullwara Buncrana? No.
Yeah. Let me see.
Yeah, it's skullwarabuncrana.ie.
Yeah, so I could just right click on that, save image as, desktop, save, go back to the app, wherever it is, upload file, choose file. Where did I save it? That's
The header there, and you only were in there.
Is it here? Oh yeah.
I think, isn't it? Skullwara, folks.
Yeah.
Keep me right.
And there's your I've lost connection here, but there's your app. I'll just reconnect.
Any questions at this point from anybody? Please feel free to ask or type a question, whatever is easiest.
All right.
Yeah, you can see there the emblem on the actual app. So it's easy enough to change the images. And by the way, if you click on the button here, you can change on each individual button, you can change it from green to whatever color you want. For example, I'll just pick that. You can make it in italics. You can increase the font size. You can change the width and height. You can change the text. You can do the same with that button. And you can do the same with that button. On this picture here, obviously as well, you can change it to any of the pictures that you download, same as the top. We'll quickly go to blocks here. And this is all the code that's involved in the app. And don't worry about what it looks like at the moment, but basically I'll just go back to designer. If I click on this one here, which Google Maps, can you see that's the location button? This one here is web button 1 and this one is web button 2. It's just what so this is Google Maps, this is the website, and this is YouTube. If I go here, it's saying whenever you click the location map, go to this web address. Whenever you click on this web button, go to this web address. That was the actual YouTube video. Whenever you click on this button, go to the buncranaga.ie website. So, for example, if it's Moville College, you would change this. You would change this here to your website address, and it would pull up the school website. If you have a YouTube video that you want to show on the school, you would click on the link here for the YouTube video or paste it in there. And if you're ever looking to find out what your Google Maps address is, if you go to Google and type in Google Maps, and let's say Carndonna. No, sorry, first of all, I've got to click into Maps. And if I type in Carndonna, say the library, this is what comes up in Google Maps. All you have to do is go up to, it's called URL. You just copy it and you go to your app and you paste it in. So basically what happens here is when the location button for this app is now pressed, it goes to this new URL, which will automatically bring up the Cairn library in Google Maps on your app. So if you do that with your own school and you click your own school's location in there, it'll automatically come straight up. Let's see if I've lost connection again, but if I go back,
And that link, Martin, that we shared, that a lot of people couldn't open, that's the link that takes them into this particular page, and then they can edit the information in there to suit their own group or their own school or whatever.
Yeah, I'll just show you how to do that now shortly.
Yeah.
I didn't change the text on the button for Buncrana GA location, but that would be get Cairn library location or whatever after. So if I click on it, it should, when my internet works, pull up Carndonna Library. I don't know if you can see it there. Now don't be put off by how long it took there on yours. If you've got good Wi-Fi and good broadband, that will appear immediately, like if you're using a professional app. By the way, you see the pictures that you put in your app? They are only going to be as good as the quality of the picture you put in. So when you're picking images, make sure they're good quality, because if they're not good quality, they won't look great on your actual app.
We're looking for the loft.
Sorry? Did somebody have a question there?
Don't know, I think.
No, okay.
No.
So I'll just show you, I've sent everybody a file, I think it's called inishowenapp.aia.
I can resend it even after
Yeah,
today.
well, yeah, and I'm just going to show you now. I'm going to delete the Inishowen app from my design completely and go back in. So now I'm in the same situation as everybody else. I don't have that app, Inishowen app anymore. So what I do is I go to my projects, and if you can see here, import project.aia from my computer. You click on that, choose the file. Now, if you have downloaded it from your email, wherever you've downloaded it to, you select it and you go open, OK, and it should appear inside your App Inventor system. Is that okay? The email that you got, download the inishowenapp.aia, save it somewhere, say your desktop or whatever. Go to my projects, import project.aia from my computer. and go to the actual location of it and open, and you should have it there. Is that okay, everybody?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That makes it easy to,
Yeah.
to actually change.
Yeah.
Takes the work out of it.
Yeah, it means you can hit the road running, and we can go back later at a later date and see how that was built. But really, you don't. You can actually develop a one-page app very quickly. And so, what would you do when you get this app? You change this logo to your school. You go to this button and you change it to get, say, Scolwara Buncrana location. This is visit Scolwara website. This could be a link to a YouTube video, or indeed you can play on media here. There's this thing called Player here, which allows you to play. There's a video player here that allows you to play videos. So, for example, if somebody went around the school with and recorded the main locations in the school, you could have a button, view school facilities. But I think initially, if you get used to changing the logos, changing the text, getting the Google Maps up and running, get your website up and running, and a random YouTube video, like if I go to YouTube,
We were saying, Martin, that this would be great as a tool for first years because of the way things have happened this year, that it hasn't been the same experience to do the transition. That if young people were interested in doing maybe a virtual tour in their school with their camera, or if somebody has a drone, then that could be dropped into this app and it would give them a quick tour of the school. And just make it more familiar, given that people have not had that experience to the same extent this year due to.
Yeah, well, there's so much. It's basically an imagination of people that are involved. What they can do with this, they can have loads of different applications. This is just how you do the YouTube. If I click on this YouTube video, I'll not play it now. I'll just play it in the app. But say you wanted to play this video here is what Alexa thinks of Donegal in 2 languages. But all you do is you go to your video, go up and copy the actual website address or the URL, go to your, go to your app, go to blocks and copy in the new YouTube video. I'll just see if I'm still.
And you've done lots of things at schools, like Junketeur, things that are fun.
Where is the coolest place on the planet?
County Donegal in the Republic of Ireland is. Everyone knows that.
Alexa, ask Gaeliga.
Tír Connell in Dishcard na Heron. Tasegard Inishowen. Tír Connell. Abu.
So you can, Alexa, off, it set off my other Alexa. So you can put in whatever videos, and if you don't want to make the school video public on YouTube, you just record it, and you instead, I'll just, well, I think first things first, if we could get this, if people could get in and try the basic app that's been recorded and try this here and see if you can develop a quick app for your school. Because if you decide what the text is, what the images are going to be, and what YouTube video, what it is in Google Maps and what it is in the website address, that's it for starters.
And then
a couple of things. Any questions on that, by the way, before?
Martin, you were saying then that could be uploaded and just as an app in itself, and then people
Yeah.
are guided to download it onto their phones.
Yeah, basically what happens is when you have gone through this process a few times and you have decided, okay, my app is now ready, you can put it up on the Google Play Store. I think it costs €20. And then the school will send out a flyer with the name of the app on it, and everybody can download it for free. No.
And at that point, it can be Android or iPhone.
No, hold on a sec. Now, this is the Android one, right? I'll just show you the Apple one, and I'll try and explain why we didn't do Apple straight away, because it's I'll just log in here. The website is called Thunkable, not Thinkable, Thunkable, and it's free as well. But I'll just show you an example. One of the apps that we use for controlling robots and stuff is this is a little one here that sets your app up to be a kind of a Bluetooth remote control. So you can build your app. By the way, you'll see here that it's very similar to App Inventor, the same sort of coding. But you won't see your app being built live on your tablet as you do this. You have to go to download iOS app, and it takes about half an hour to an hour for it to arrive in your email, and then you can install it. Do you know what I mean? So if you can build the app in Android and you're happy with it, you can then move over here, build the same app, and then go download iOS. And then your app will be on the iPhone as well. But I think one step at a time. We can come back to Thunkable next week or the week after, when everybody is happy enough with their initial app. Also, you need to be careful what images you use for copyright law. You don't want somebody going after your school for thousands of euros because you have used an image that belongs to them. So if you're using, obviously the school logo is the school's property, but if you're using any other logos, try and get them from places that are giving them free. For example, unsplash.com will give you the internet source of freely usable images. We'll just try Donegal and see what comes up. There's loads of free images of Donegal that you can select if you want it. Obviously, if you take your own photographs, you can use them, but unsplash.com is ideal for that. There's also icons8.com, which is a free site where you can get logos of various logos and photos, again, all free. Again, my internet's a bit slow, but basically, if I just type in arrow, I have a whole selection of arrows that I can choose from and download as an image and take them into my app. So for example, you can pick any one and download for free. And now I have a new image, and in my app I could have taken that arrow and placed it here, pointing to the right, and if you click on the little arrow, it will take you to a new page on your app. But again, rather than going overload today, I think we should leave that to the next time. Or you can try it yourself if you want. There are so many YouTube videos showing you how to use App Inventor, and they make it quite straightforward.
Great. I think it's useful to know about those free websites for images, because we all are doing different things
that
they're beautiful.
canva.com that we were talking about, Denise, as well. You
Yeah.
can go to canva.com and you can take these images and edit them. They're free images, so you can do whatever you want with them.
And each school would have loads of photographs of, you know, that they would use on their own website that could be pulled in here as an image as well.
Yeah. So, by the way, one other thing, the AIA, this is the one that imports the app that I set up for your, this is the one. You can create your own AIA using this one here. So for example, say if some group were working on an app and they were having problems with it, what they could do is they could go to My Projects, export selected project AIA to their computer, and they could email me that AIA and I would load it up here and see if I could find out what the problem is.